Well, hello there people from the internet, and welcome back to some Star Wars Battlefront. Now with the Star Wars The Force Awakens movie out in full swing, it's been well over a week and people have had enough time to go and watch it and then come out all pumped out. That was amazing. I'm gonna go buy me Battlefront and get me into some action. Well, the only things that we have so far is the Star Wars Battlefront stats.com. And those state that on PS4 is 209,000, Xbox One has 149, and the PC has 30,000. Now on the PS4 and Xbox, there's not that big of a change, whereas had big numbers on those, and that's mainly because of the bundles. And then when you buy something, obviously if you're spending 200-300 on a PS4, you're probably going to get a game, and Star Wars one of those games that was offered with the bundles. But it's the PC version where you see a bit of an increase there, because you usually had about sort of 10, 20, 22, 23,000. You're seeing about 7,000 more. That's quite a lot. I mean, if you put it from 20 to 30, that's a 30% increase in the players that you're seeing on the PC. So that's a good thing, because you're seeing a lot more players play on the PC. Now, with the holiday season in full swing, and you would have gone out and you purchased some games, you want to play some games over the course of the holidays, the one thing that they've done is they actually lowered the price of the game. It's no longer $59.99, it's $39.99. You can buy it from GameStop, you can buy it from Amazon, and in the UK you can actually get it for $29.99 from, I think it was Game or somewhere that I've seen an advert, but you can probably get it from Amazon for $29.99. So they definitely dropped the price on this because you kind of saw that it's not selling. We know it wasn't selling that well because of the early reports. GameStop have reported that they've lowered the expectations from the game, and it hasn't really met that expectation. The lowered expectations, they haven't met that. So you knew it wasn't really selling that well. So I think that's one of the reasons why they priced it down a little bit. I think for £59.99 or €59.99 euros, something like that, you can actually get Battlefront that includes the Season Pass. Now, let us look at the Season Pass and see what can we actually get from that. Well, we see Jakku was free. We didn't really get nothing. We got one game mode and another sort of map, and that was pretty much it. I mean, that's expected because it's free and you're not going to get 4 new maps and 4 different guns and heroes or anything like that. You're only going to get a little bit of something, and hopefully it'll get you sort of into the game, and then you'll be buying a season pass and you'll be buying more things for it. But what can they really do to bring you, to pull you back into the game? Now, personally, I see this as a sort of double-edged sword. That you're gambling, making a game really accessible. I'll use the term casual. Making the game really accessible, really casual for everybody to hop in and play and don't have to worry about recoil, don't have to worry about anything like that. It's just an easy game to play. You can hop in and you can basically have a good loadout in a couple of hours. Once you've unlocked a few things, then that's it. You're pretty much set. There's not going to be too much discrepancy sort of between you and the guy at level 35 or whatever. You know, yes, he's going to have a couple of more weapons unlocked, but you're going to have pretty good weapons at level 10. You can have I think it's level 12 or 13 or something like that, where you get your jump pack, and that's pretty much I'm set. You know, the only thing I really have to wait is for my shield at level 22, I think it is, or something like that, and then that's it. I'm pretty much set. After level 32, which I think the bowcaster is the last thing which you unlock, then the rest of it is just cosmetic, which again there's not many of because everything's just a head, and that's kind of it. There's nothing to differentiate you from somebody that's just sort of booting up the game straight away. I feel that the lack of customization, the lack of maps, the lack of weapons, are just so many things that go in against Star Wars Battlefront. It's some of the things that we loved back in the old games. We sort of knew they were not going to make it in, but we still hoped that some of the things were going to make it in, or just make it a little bit sort of bridge it between the two, the old and the new. But maybe, we never know, maybe they'll have a first order expansion in the next ones. You just don't know. But still, I still see the same problem with the sort of core mechanics of the game. This is it. You know, we're not going to get a 64-man sort of servers. We're not going to, we will get a server browser at some stage, because it just makes sense, because with the server browser they have, well, it's not really a server browser, but the sort of find a game server thingy that they have, it just doesn't really work. I mean, so many times I've seen people, and that includes myself, complaining that I just can't find the game. There's 25,000 people playing it online and I can't really find the game. And I've streamed the game a couple of times and it took me 10-15 minutes to find the game. And hopefully they'll see this as an issue and they'll get that sorted as soon as possible, because if you're trying to play just that one particular map that you want to play, it's going to take you forever to actually get into the game. So you're just going to end up going into just get all the maps, find whatever, get me in there, just let me play. So I think that's something that they should really get into early on. I don't see this being anything more than what it is. I don't think we're going to get more bigger game modes or anything like that. I think that's kind of it that we have so far, and just whatever you have, enjoy it. We're probably going to get extra maps and extra weapons and anything like that, but the question of the day is, what would you like to see happen in this? And I know some of you are going to say space battles and galactic conquest and some of the other modes from the old games, but they might happen, you know, just as a nostalgia. You might want something from the prequels, you might want something from the old days, but they might do that just for the nostalgia feel of it. But it's going to be a while until we get some of those. I don't think the first DLC will be scheduled out till probably February or March or anything like that. Hopefully it'll be sooner than that. It'd be nice to have it in January, because it's desperately needed to have more than 4 maps. And some of the other game modes, believe me, I've not even tried, and I played 1 or 2 of them, but they're just kind of the same over and over again, and I'm not really going to bother. So Supremacy and Walker Assault is 9 out of 10 times I'll be playing, well, 10 out of 10, 10 IGN, I'll be playing that most of the times. And if you still haven't been swayed into getting into Battlefront, then there's a Steam sale going on. If you haven't found anything on the Steam sale, then there's a link in my description to my G2A page where they have a sale too. You can buy and sell some really cheap games. And I've noticed that they have codes for the Division beta. Now, how does that work? Don't ask, I don't know. But it's like 50p or 60 cents or something like that, so it's really cheap. But that's one of those games that I'm really looking forward to sort of play. And I think if you're playing it with a couple of buddies, I think that's going to be a real fun game to play further down the line when it eventually comes out. And I see some of my teammates and some of my enemies, they're already ganging up on me here. Something's fishy. 32-0. What the, how? This is this tactical Wookiee guy, the exploiter, the bastard. Like, they don't even know what to say anymore. They're just fucking throwing words. Hopefully, guys, have enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.